we're celebrating the gifts of the Hispanic culture.
Great music, beautiful traditions,
And comida muy deliciosa. Today on
Su Vida.
Well, hello there. I'm J.R. Cardenas.
And I'm Vanessa Ramirez. Oh, thank you, Jared. Welcome to Su Vida, which translates your life. Today we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month and paying tribute to the many generations of Hispanic Americans who have influenced and enriched our nation.
Well, that's kind of what we do every show.
Yeah.
Except today we're going to be extra proud of this if we can be extra proud.
Yeah.
Of the many attributes we shared. Music, art, ladies.
We're a little spicy.
Okay.
And of course, the food. That's why we're at Roland's Cafe Market Bar in this beautiful 100-year-old building.
Now, delicious food is the first thing that comes to mind when you think about the Hispanic and Latin culture.
Well, that's what comes to our minds anyway. When you think of delicious Mexican food, you think of Roland's.
I like to think of Roland's with an S.
I said it!
Oh, you did.
I was born in Cuauhtemoc, Chihuahua, but was actually raised here in Phoenix, Arizona. My family, even in Mexico, they own restaurants. My grandpa's side does agriculture. So I grew up with one of my goals in life is to open up a restaurant. But not only that, but I wanted it to represent exactly my food, which was from Chihuahua. I was lucky enough to find my wife, who happens to be from Chihuahua. We gave birth to this idea of what we later become Tacos Chihuas. My family has been working with Chris for more than 20 years, which made it very easy for me to kind of be around him and also be inspired with what he does or what he did for Phoenix in general. Then having the resources of Chris Bianco and knowledge and to really push the boundaries of where Mexican food can be. And I don't mean that in the sense of reinventing anything. I think it's just more going back to basics and making things the best that they could potentially be. So that's why we mill our own flour. That it allows us to keep a price point that's really, really good, and using our 100% organic material, which, like I said, brings us back to how we grew up. It was just the normal. We opened Roland's on 15th Street in Van Buren. We did it with the mindset of being here long term. This is an underserved area that I think is up and coming and it will continue to get better. Business is good. Summer's always tough for restaurants, but it feels we have that energy. We have all the people that get excited about what this means to the community, what it means for us personally, what it allows us to do. We're definitely here, for the long haul, and hopefully, as we continue to grow, we'll surprise everybody with some of the fun stuff as well. Well, my name's Armando Hernandez, soon to be dad, so that's one of the most exciting things about my life right now. Restaurateur, a romantic at heart, and in the sense of everything. I romanticize about the concepts, about just life in general. Very positive about the future of ourselves. With all the turmoil that happens and all the negative things that are happening in our world, I think that having a positive, outlook and the things that we can change, and I think that's what allows me to really think of a restaurant in a higher sense than just not only making people happy through our food or even making money. It's about inspiring, a positive thing in our world.
Wow, everything looks so good. I can't make up my mind.
Yeah, me either. I think we're gonna need a minute.
Why don't you guys give us a minute? We'll be right back with more Su Vida and a delicious lunch.
They have organic flour tortillas.
I'm about to eat this menu. Su Vida is brought to you by Chicanos por la Causa. Join the cause for change.
Today we're at Roland's Cafe Market Bar to welcome in Hispanic Heritage Month.
And while great food like this might be the first thing you think of, Hispanic heritage influence goes much deeper than that.
Something great is there for everyone. You just have to have the guts to go after it, like the women named the Cox Communications Latina Entrepreneurs of the Year.
Hi, I'm Andrea Katsinas with Cox Communications. Cox Business has a long tradition of supporting businesses in Arizona. We not only provide a robust network that brings about a great environment for businesses to thrive. Our Cox team also works individually with businesses as a resource in how to provide them with the best communications tools for them to reach out to their customers. So it was only natural that we would reach out to Latina entrepreneurs and honor them at this time. Latina entrepreneurs own more than 1 million businesses in the U.S. currently, and they're one of the fastest growing business segments in the country. We have honored business owners that own coffee shops to accountant firms, from restaurant owners to law firms. You'll even learn about a female business owner that has a bilingual bookstore. It's one of the few that we know of in this community and is a really valuable part of the Latino community and the culture that makes up Arizona. Many of the honorees that we've seen in the 6 years that we've been honoring Latina entrepreneurs have not only been successful business owners, but they really give back to their community. They are leaders in the chamber. They are leaders in their own community, which you'll see. A lot of them have chosen parts of the city that they're in to start their businesses, and it really adds to the fabric of our community. The Hispanic Chamber and the Tucson Hispanic Chamber have also joined us in saluting these business leaders. To see our interviews and learn more about our honorees, visit yourview.com.
Now that's an impressive group of women. We wish them the very best.
Yes, we do. So the number of Hispanic-owned businesses continues to grow within our country, from small family businesses to large enterprises with hundreds of employees.
You know, another great success story is Merge Architectural Group. They've developed a great reputation built on a strong foundation.
I see what you did there.
Alrededor del principios del año 2000, el boom de la arquitectura estaba en Phoenix. La mayoría de las revistas, publicaciones, artículos hablaban de que Phoenix era el lugar donde deberías de estar si querías practicar o realizar arquitectura interesante. Durante 2000-2001 estuve tratando de ver cómo podía venirme a Estados Unidos y empezar a practicar aquí arquitectura. Años después conocí a Clarisa del Castillo, que empezó a trabajar en la compañía en la que yo estaba en ese tiempo, y nos dimos cuenta de que éramos muy afines en cuanto a la arquitectura que nos gustaba, el diseño, la manera como trabajábamos, y fue ahí donde decidimos que teníamos que hacer algo, ¿no? Teníamos que aprovechar la oportunidad.
Merge es diferente a otras compañías porque Carlos y yo venimos de México, traemos otra cultura diferente a la cultura de aquí y es algo que buscamos integrar en nuestros proyectos, dar una solución diferente a lo que es la arquitectura aquí en Arizona. Siempre nos gusta trabajar en diferentes tipos de proyectos, no nada más especializarnos en un solo tipo. Estamos trabajando en proyectos multifamiliares, en iglesias, en proyectos del gobierno o proyectos de subdivisiones.
El nombre de Merge tiene un significado especial para nosotros. Merge significa unificar o unir y transformarlo en una sola cosa. Primero que nada era el merge entre Clarisa, las ideas de Clarisa, mis ideas, pero al mismo tiempo aplicaba en la cuestión de que nosotros los dos como mexicanos estábamos entrando e ingresando al mercado estadounidense para poder crear nosotros, ahora sí, nuestra propia identidad y mezclarnos o unirnos a Estados Unidos. Al mismo tiempo, la arquitectura en sí es una unión o una unificación de la naturaleza o de los terrenos en sí naturales y cómo estos edificios se integran de alguna manera u otra a lo que es en sí nuestro planeta. Para nosotros siempre fue importante el poder crear diferentes tipos de proyectos. Uno de ellos, por ejemplo, es el monasterio y ha sido una cosa muy interesante. Actualmente estamos trabajando en el diseño de 40 condominios en Puerto Peñasco y también al mismo tiempo esa oportunidad de poder participar en diferentes proyectos nos ha hecho entender que necesitamos prestar mucho más atención en la manera en la que hacemos las cosas.
En el futuro nos gustaría, más que crecer como compañía en tamaño, nuestro interés es crecer en la calidad de los proyectos que hacemos.
Merch ha tenido la oportunidad de tener algunos proyectos en los que sus clientes nos entregan toda la confianza de sus inversiones. Nos sentimos bendecidos de que hayamos tenido la oportunidad y la confianza de nuestros clientes para realizar los proyectos en los que hemos estado trabajando.
Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, those buildings are beautiful.
Actually, I was talking about my lunch, but yes, those buildings were amazing.
Well, the food's amazing too.
Yes, it was.
But I hope you saved room for dessert.
You know me too well. You know I did. Hey, we'll be right back with more su vida and dessert right after this, so don't go away.
It's going to be delicious. Welcome back to Su Vida. I'm Vanessa Ramirez.
And I'm J.R. Cardenas, and today we're celebrating Hispanic heritage.
That's right. We're at Roland's Cafe Market Bar in Phoenix, and we just had an incredible lunch. There were so many options, but now we're enjoying some coffee. And you know what? Roland's has a fabulous coffee bar. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, this place is amazing.
Yeah. How about some music with that coffee and dessert?
Okay. Sounds great.
Let's check out this interview with Los Cuates de Sinaloa, who happened to come by the studio, good friends of mine.
Yeah.
They're from northern Mexico. Now this is good music.
Take a look.
Salud.
Nosotros somos
Los Cuates de Sinaloa.
Y estamos aquí en
Su Vida.
Los Cuates de Sinaloa iniciamos en el ranchito de donde somos originarios. El rancho se llama La Vainilla. Está ubicado en el estado de Sinaloa, el municipio Sinaloa de Leyva. Por ahí empezamos cantando en la primaria, mi primo y yo. Teníamos apenas algunos 7 años de edad por ahí.
Otra vez se les andaba pelando.
Y así empezamos en 1998, grabamos nuestro primer discográfico que lleva por nombre Negocio Cuajado y ya estamos festejando 20 años de carrera.
Pues el estilo es más que nada campirano. Después le empezaron a denominar música sierreña. Por ser música del rancho, música de la sierra, ¿no?
Algunos nos criticaban, algunos nos decían que era una música muy pobre, pero no hacíamos caso. Eso a nosotros se nos metía como orgullo. Decíamos, claro, vamos a demostrarnos y a demostrarle a todos los que dicen que no, que sí se puede. Y aquí andamos, mira, ya tenemos, como te contaba mi primo, haciendo música ya por más de 20 años y tenemos muchos éxitos.
Para no andar batallando.
Pues mira, estamos ahorita festejando lo que son los 20 años de trayectoria. Estamos por lanzar el más reciente material que se llama precisamente 20 años haciendo historia. Este disco contiene 24 temas.
Haciendo historia de los 20 años. Hicimos el disco con muchos temas para que así puedan escuchar toda la historia en este disco.
Here to perform that song for us tonight is Los Cuates de Sinaloa.
Hemos estado en programas americanos como Conan O'Brien. Hemos estado participando para serie de televisión americana que es Breaking Bad. Hemos estado pues en producciones muy importantes como La Reina del Sur, reconocidas mundialmente.
Gracias al público, gracias a la familia, gracias a los amigos y gracias al caballero que participó con nosotros en un video que se llama La Estrella Amada.
Eso.
Los espero en la oficina. Hay pisteada de rutina. Quiero comenzar temprano. Se lo merece el chavalo. Que no falte mi compadre. Ese viejo es garantía. Unas frutas para ensueño. Vemos con que soy para rato. Somos los Cuates de Sinaloa.
Great story and amazing sound.
Yeah, I love those guys. Almost as much as I love this right here.
You know what else I'm gonna love?
What?
That rice pudding I'm gonna get. What are you getting?
Chocolate cake, Mary.
Yum!
Oh, you can't have any of mine. We'll be back with more Su Vida right after this.
Su Vida is brought to you in part by Mega 104.3 and 101.1 The Beat.
Vanessa, food represents history, right? I mean, you know, like recipes being handed down from one generation to the next.
Yeah.
For example, I'd love to have this recipe handed down to me for the delicious cake I'm about to destroy.
You know, my family, we have our own rice pudding recipe, but I bet you this one tastes just as great.
I'm gonna have to sample that.
Yeah, it's all part of the heritage that we're celebrating, and it's history. And a good place to start understanding history is Tempe History Museum.
The Tempe History Museum focuses on local history and culture. It is a Valley community museum that's free to the public. And beyond Tempe, we're all connected to other communities, so we cover things beyond Tempe as well. Information about ASU, we call it College Town, the Native American population here and close to us, as well as the pioneer era times of our community. The museum was established by the Tempe Historical Society. They are a nonprofit organization that began in 1969, so they're going to be celebrating 50 years. And it was handed off to the city of Tempe in 1991. Some artifacts here at the museum that you'll see if you visit are a fire cart from 1911, precursor to our first fire truck, which is also here at the museum, that was purchased in 1920. We have two interesting totem poles that were in front of Goodwin's store on Mill Avenue in the 1930s, and a variety of other great objects for people to see about our history. So at the museum, we do change the items in our exhibit, and most recently on display is some pioneer era clothing that would have been worn in the 1890s. We currently have a special exhibit on display called Humans of Tempe. We commissioned 4 photographers to go out into 4 quadrants of the community and take pictures on the street, in the stores, and then collect a little story or whatever their thoughts were at that moment about what they were thinking. We've taken these photographs and quotes, direct quotes from the people, and put them into this really fascinating exhibit that gives you a glimpse into the minds and hearts of people of our community. Kids Place at the museum is really geared towards children who are anywhere from toddler size up to, say, age 12. There is a stadium from ASU that when they're in that stadium, they can play with soft blocks and they can see their image on the screen. There's also a dress-up area where they can play theater, a reading area, a little tiny fire truck. There's lots of great items to get hands-on and interactive with things here at the museum for kids. Those are the kinds of things that we talk to the community about, we share history with the community about, and anything that people want to research on their own, we're a resource for that because we have a historian on staff, we have a research library, and there's a lot of information and photographs that can help highlight people's personal history and the history of their property if they have a historic home. For people who want to know more about our events, they can go to our website, www.tempe.gov/museum, and they can see what events are happening, or they can go to our Facebook page. Just look up Tempe History Museum on Facebook and find us.
Hey, the Tempe History Museum is amazing. You definitely got to visit. The kids will love it.
Yeah, why know another kind of history that is colorful, fast-moving, and rich in tradition? Check out these lady riders.
Oh, let's check them out.
My name's Vanessa Segovia. I'm 18. The escaramuza is 8 girls. We ride side saddle and we perform 12 movements. It's a tradition from Mexico. It's been going on for 65 years. The dress that we use it because they're the Adelitas, women that fought in the revolution. The roots are, they come from Mexico. They're part of the charros. There were Adelitas, we ride with dresses, and we just try to keep the tradition going on. I decided to become an escaramuza because my dad was a charro, and I really like the culture and riding horses. Some of the movements that we do, where you do giros or 360, or it depends on what side you're gonna go, and the typical abanico, we all get together, all the 8 girls, and we do flowers and different kind of movements. All the horses, each girl, so we all have our own horses. We're all responsible for our horses and our stuff. With the horses, every day we'll feed them. We brush them, we hang them, we shower them, make sure they're good and ready to go. We practice 2 days a week, an hour or so. And we just practice what we do, make sure we have everything that takes us to get to first place. We have judges that come out from Mexico, California, all over the place, and they judge us on what we're doing. My name of my team is Valle del Sol. The judge looks for something, it has to be good. They want you to perfect it so you can go higher and higher than what you are. We have a sister bond. We all get along, we all go on a trail ride, we all go out, have fun, and we're just a big family.
So we reached the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining us and celebrating Hispanic heritage with us. By the way, both of us are very, very proud of our heritage. Ramirez, yes. Cardenas, all day. So head on out and enjoy some of the celebrations in your city. Dance the music, eat the food, and make some new amazing friends.
Ooh, I like making new friends.
Yes, you do.
In fact, I made a lot of new friends here today.
Yes, she did.
We want to thank Roland's Cafe Market Bar for hosting us today. This place is amazing and a great place to start your celebration. It has so much character here, JR.
Yes, it does, just like us.
Yes.
We'll see you next time on the next
Su Vida.
Can I taste some of that?
No, this is really, really good.
There's an extra spoon.
I know, but I need both of them.